Hello.
You gotta chop it up a little bit. I'm live, just a little call. I'm not
Wagwan.
I'm not on screen, but we're live, so we're just gonna talk a little bit
Yo.
and
Wagwan people, man. Wagwan people, man. Make sure
chop
you
it up.
like and subscribe up the team first and foremost, man, bro. Brother, I'm weak, man.
One
Weak,
second.
dog.
You're still
Brother.
sending those.
This one, bro. This one scar me, though. And you know what the worst thing is, yeah?
Mm.
I didn't even really have much hope going into the game, but this one scar me, JT, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yo, man. Bruv, you know what? We overestimated Congo, you know.
Bro, we
That
over
Congo
us.
team not
They
that
weren't
good.
good.
They're not
They
that
weren't
good.
good. And I'm saying that a lot of Congo fans are getting upset. Bro, we gave them more credit than what they deserve. I actually
That's
think
right.
football is poor in Africa looking at how Congo plays, and they say
Yes,
that they're
yes,
a top team, right?
yes. I
Yeah.
mean, where did Congo come in the African nations? Was it quarterfinals?
No, they felt they got kicked out by Algeria.
Yeah, it was in the quarterfinals, wasn't it? Was it quarterfinals? Was it the? I'm sure it was the quarterfinals they got to because they got out the groups. But anyways, yeah, they're one of the top 8 teams
Mm.
roughly in Africa, and yeah, if that's the case, then yo, we're not far off, man. We're
Yeah,
not far off.
because
We're not
look,
far off.
if Jamaica could play Congo like that, and Jamaica was terrible. Jamaica is
Right.
we're a terrible team, bro. We have no team chemistry. Cut the crap. We have no team chemistry. Nothing, bro.
But JT though, remember like when I buck up with you and Ryan first time was around the cup was around the Gold Cup, I think in the 2021. And from then till now, you're telling me, bro, we're still on this long ball thing. This long ball, long ball, long ball. We just keep reverting back to type. I don't get it. Like these players, when they're playing with their clubs, they're not just doing this long ball. The Richard King, how many? Bruv,
Oh my God.
bruv, I saw was it 19 long balls attended and zero accuracy. What is going on, man?
Yeah,
What is going on, man? I don't. And speed, man. Speed. Remember I said to you, bruv, his speed messed this up, bro. Me and you gonna fall out, dog.
yeah, yeah. But
Bro,
it's like, would you
speed,
say?
man. Them substitutions kill us up. See, Isaac Hayden went off, and Tyrese Campbell, the shape got lost in that midfield. Ian Frey, that man that can't play in that midfield.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no way.
Thank you very
Tyrese
much.
Hall,
Thank you very much, Eddie Guna. Continue. Thank you very much. Mhm.
yeah. Tyrese Hall, big up to him. He showed he showed
Composure.
something going forward. Yeah, the brother showed something going forward. Um, And yeah, man, just the typical ones that let us down, man. The likes of Leon Bailey. I heard he had 58 touches and lost the ball 30
See
times.
times.
Yo, yo, the brother is. Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
man. I
yeah.
don't know. I don't
Leon
know.
Bailey will go down as the individual who has the worst kind of records for Jamaica.
Yes, yes, yes.
Um,
I mean, most nations always look to that one player that can just try and do something out of nothing. Like when Gareth Bale did it for Wales. I always thought maybe Bailey could be that for us, but he's just never ever stepped up. I can't think of one game, JT, when I've been like, you know what, big up Leon Bailey. He actually done his thing today. I can't think of one game. I
mm,
can't even think of a really good moment he's had for the nation.
yeah,
Like, what's his biggest
because
moment for the nation? Scoring
bro,
against Mexico
and
in the Nations League.
I think Leon Bailey has had more big moments where he has done like nothing for Jamaica. Where
That's
you,
right.
because you remember in that Canada game in the first leg that we lost
Oh
at
my
the
God,
stadium,
3 chances in 10 minutes.
3 chances in 10 minutes. He missed some sitters in that game. He missed some heavy sitters in that game, and here we are now. After that game, DJ, and it's like I kind of was preparing for this moment, but part of me was like, is it the Jamaican lightning is gonna strike, and maybe something happens and we actually win the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was I was wondering if but I did say no Ravel Morrison, no World Cup.
Oh my
That game
God.
needed a little bit of Ravel Morrison in the final third last night.
You know, honestly, JT, what's Ravel done so bad? You
I,
tell me now, what's he done so bad to just be ignored like this?
and that's why I cannot put my support behind Rudolph Speed and the coaching staff. I cannot support Mr. Speed becoming the coach because it was right in front of him. He brought six players from the JPL, and not one of those six players suited up or played. And you left out a Ravel Morrison. The people can defend Dujon Whisper. I'm not a Dujon Whisper defender in this tournament.
Yeah,
But because I still see Dujon Whisper as another winger.
that's right.
We weren't short on wingers. You would have added
No,
Dujon Whisper to a team still that doesn't have a midfield. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you left for Ravel Morrison and you bring six JPL players who doesn't play. You know, so you decided as Rudolph Speed, this is how I'm going about it, and you doubled down and you went about it your way. I cannot support him for coach going forward. I think you give Miguel Coley the team and let him start fresh and build a young team from build a team. He came from under Winfred Schaefer, so we can maybe also move away from the English style of football. I don't think it works for Jamaica.
no, no,
No,
no.
that
We really need to just get a CONCACAF style going now, man. Literally, like, I mean, I'm not just saying that the the diaspora players cannot be a part of this because it will always be a part of this. I think that's what the one thing the locals need to understand. And I know you probably ain't gonna like this, but realistically, the diaspora players are needed in it. But we need. I think the same thing. I think the Blake was saying. We need the right players. And if you look at the players that we have recruited over the time, in it, like the likes of Mikel Antonio, Bobby Reed, Ravel, Damari Gray, Pinnock, you look at them as a core, you think to yourself, surely Jamaica can build something from this. And I think we missed the boat from when, remember when we beat Trinidad 4-1 in the Gold Cup? And I think it was Damari Gray, he got a brace, Bailey scored, and Mikel Antonio was so unselfish. But the team looked like, we just needed a couple more players. We needed to sort out the core, get a good midfield and strong midfield in. If Isaac Hayden probably had joined around that time there, and then, we could either just put everything together. Jamaica could have a good
and
quality team right now.
Rudolph Speed got to find out very quickly yesterday that you can bring a squad on paper in CONCACAF, but when you
Yeah,
show up to the actual game, you
it's
quickly
different.
realize that a lot of the players you bring on paper, they can't really help you. You brought a Jamal Lowe. He didn't even sniff the field. You took off
So,
a striker and you didn't put one back on. So it's like
see, that's the thing as well. So the substitutions from Speed made no sense. What are you putting Cephas through the middle for? What's Cephas gonna do through the middle? See, so I don't think Cephas got a touch while he was playing through the middle. Is when he went out wide on the right. That's when he was starting to get a bit some joy. But he was getting nothing through the middle. I didn't get that. I thought Mason Clark was gonna go through the middle. That's what I thought. But even he looked a bit lost yesterday as well. And to me, as bad as obviously we can get on individuals, I just think it's a coaching problem, JT.
it's a
How
coaching
many
problem,
coaches we've
bro.
been through? Tapper, Hall. I think the only time we've seen like football on the ground is probably Hall and a little bit of Halgrimson.
But
Everyone else is just long ball, long ball, long
I
ball.
have to give the team credit though. I think in this Congo game under Rudolph Speed, I can see that they have made attempts not to play too much long ball.
Of course, of course.
I've seen that. I think Richard King tends to go rogue in games where he's taking over from Damian Lowe. No, where he just goes long and boots it down the field. Richard King has become the down the field merchant now for
And do you know what
Jamaica.
it is with Richard King? Is the pros and cons with him because defensively he's actually improved.
Yeah, he's
Like,
improved.
we can't lie. Defensively, he's improved. I thought he was pretty decent yesterday, but like trying to build up with him going forward. it's a net negative because every time he just reverts to type
Yeah.
and just keeps long balling, and like we're never going to be able to get anywhere. That's why Tyrese Campbell, Bailey, and Cadamartri yesterday, all of them were tired after 60 minutes because they can't chase down shadows. You can't do that for 90 minutes, bro. You're going to kill the players, them.
Yeah. You're right, bro. It's
But,
it's 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 that kind of game yesterday, and you don't even know where to start. It, but I have to say though, I was disappointed in Congo. I thought they were better.
definitely.
We one thing we knew, DJ, going into this game, that Jamaica wasn't that good.
Yeah, we knew that
We
for
knew that.
sure.
We knew that. But the way how DR Congo fans were talking, bro, I thought Congo was coming with the heat. When I look at Wissa and those guys, I'm like, they look basic, bro. Like, I was
That's
like,
right. Even Sadiki.
yeah,
Sadiki was poor.
they were poor. I was
It was
like,
so poor.
yeah. I was like, is this the DR Congo? This team won't survive in that group in the World Cup, bro. I don't see
No,
them.
that first game against I think was it Portugal they got first game.
Portugal
It's
first.
it's gonna be a struggle for them. But I think was it Bongonda?
Bongonda,
Bongonda.
yeah, he was the player I think that changed the game for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
But the
Um,
thing is, when he came on, it was the same time Tyrese Campbell went off. So their coach was
yeah,
waiting for certain
yeah.
substitutions to just trigger us.
and
So
and and the coach was trying to use him to attack Ronaldo Webster, because Ronaldo Webster
yes,
had to pipe down a bit too, because he was on a yellow.
you was on the yellow. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the thing is where if you look at the squad that I mean Dexter, I understand he hasn't been playing well recently, but like how come we
No,
didn't have
no,
another
no, no,
option?
bro. Dexter, I think, come on, DJ. That's the thing with Reggae Boys fans, you guys tend to crash the car more time.
No,
It's
but
like
JT,
asking for
what I'm just trying
Shamar.
to say is the balance of the squad just wasn't there last night. Do you get me?
But
I,
Shamar, Dexter, those guys don't need to be in the squad, bro. Like, I think we miss. For me, the only player that I thought maybe a player like Trevante Stewart could have been there for Jamal
yeah,
Lowe,
maybe, yeah,
a bigger
yeah,
striker. Because Bailey Kadamachi, bro, he's a good player, but his first touch is poor. His
yeah. It
first
is,
touch
it is,
is
it is heavy,
poor.
very
It's
heavy.
it's heavy, bro. I never seen that man made a first touch where the ball just stuck to him or just stuck close to him. Every one of his first touch turns into a 50-50 ball.
I think that is where
It's
someone
poor,
like a
bro.
Mikel that this is where we're missing someone like a Mikel Antonio, and I'm not talking about Mikel Antonio that
Now,
should have been in this squad. No. But we don't have someone similar like him. Do you get me? That can just hold up, look after possession, and just take the breather off the back line. We just don't have that, man. We've tried it with Boza, it don't work. Jamal Lowe's had a few games, it don't work. Bailey kind of like it just don't work, man. We don't have a striker where the ball sticks, and it doesn't help when like Leon Bailey, he don't make the ball stick as well. Even Bobby Decordova, he doesn't make the ball stick.
bro, we gotta
So
get
it's
Bobby
just
Reed and like Bobby Reed. Like, somebody called me. I was talking to your guy today. Des.
oh, there's yeah.
Yeah, man, and we were talking about it, and he was saying the same thing. Like, what is a Bobby Reed doing on the pitch for Jamaica? He, like, you see, like, where Bobby Reed got two chances to break Leon Bailey twice,
I know,
and,
and he ignored it.
and he
Ignored it.
ignored it. But it also comes down to, I feel like, because Leon Bailey got the two first ball over there and just gave them away easily. I think Bobby Reed just didn't want to give Leon Bailey the ball so he could lose it again. Actually,
But the thing is, with Bobby Reed in that 10 position, that 10 position, you need someone who's risk free. So like with him yesterday, every time his head's down and he's passing it backwards or making a safe pass. We don't like this. I've been saying this for so long. Bobby Reed in that number 10 position, nah, go work. I don't. To be honest, I don't even know what Bobby Reed's best position is. What is he? What is he? Is he a 9.5? Is he a winger? Is he a wing back? Is he a midfielder? I don't know what Bobby Reed is,
Is it 10.0? Like,
brother. And
bro,
we've been forcing him in this team for years, and I
years,
keep
bro.
saying
Years,
Bobby
bro.
Reed, and this is where it hurt me because Ravel would
The
have been the game changer
changer, Roger.
yesterday.
Yeah,
So many times I would have seen Ravel make it on a
bro.
half turn
Even
and find a pass.
and DJ, you remember those times when Congo give us some space in front of in that there in our attacking third in front of the 18, but we never had a pure dribbler with vision. Where we
That's
saw
right.
Leon Bailey try to make a run, but he was unaware that there was a player breathing down his back. The player just took the ball from him. That I was telling Mr. Speed, bro, even in my analysis to Mr. Speed off the air, I said, Mr. Speed, stop thinking about Ravel as somebody to trap back. You see that danger zone when they close down the wing? You need somebody to make the passes in there. That's where Jamaica has no effectiveness. Rudolph Speed
'Cause
came up with some statistics to keep Ravel out the team. People, there's no way we can support Jamaica going forward with Rudolph Speed as the head coach. It's just not possible.
That's right.
He,
Because
he,
you know what? Even if you look at Casey Palmer, he probably had one of his best performances
mm,
yesterday. You
mm,
know,
mm,
and especially Casey Palmer's not someone that is making up a lot of ground. He's not moving like that.
mm, mm.
But I don't know why he's looking for high energy midfielders. In games like this, you just need clinical midfielders. And I thought Casey Palmer would have been all right with a Ravel Morrison just ahead of him and Isaac Hayden just to just sweep up. I think the balance would have been okay with that three there.
Yeah, yeah.
But he just
Yeah,
I don't,
he went. Mr. Speed went with just being stubborn, and
very stubborn.
his ego, Mr. Rudolph Speed, and people. I don't care if Rudolph Speed never speak to me for the rest of my life. I just cannot support that. I cannot support Rudolph Speed as the Jamaican head coach. Of bringing five players who didn't even suit up, and you came up with a statistics to keep Ravel Marcel out the team. I don't care what he wants to explain, what he wants to say. He cannot say anything to get me to support him as the head coach. I think we just give the job to Miguel Coley. Let Miguel Coley build the team. And Mr. President, Mr. Ricketts, I know Mr. Speed has a massive hand in the JFF, but please, just take this serious. The fans will not support Rudolph Speed. He got his chance. He doubled down and he said, I'm taking five players who are not going to play, plus two on the bench who's not going to play. And I'm going to leave the player that could help us get over the line because of his personal feelings or whatever he wanted to come up with. And we're out of the World Cup. There's no way we can back Mr. Speed going forward for 4 years. Please, we cannot have Mr. Speed as the head coach. And I've been a person who supported Mr. Speed going into the job because I thought he was going to do the right thing. But now that he showed me that he's just not going to do the right thing, there's no way he can get my support. It's impossible
But
for us
JT,
to
but
support
JT
Mr.
is
Speed.
but JT will Mr. Ricketts make that decision because Mr. Ricketts just seemed too passive for me.
But if Mr. Ricketts wants to have problems right through for the next 4 years, he continue with Rudolph Speed.
But
Um,
listen, I remember him on Ryan's show, and he said if Jamaica don't qualify this time, we can beat him, man. We can start war with him.
yeah,
So
yeah,
he better be ready for the war right now, man. Because listen, people are vexed now,
yeah,
and it's not,
and I'm not listen. I'm not blaming Rudolph Speed for the entire campaign. I'm
no.
blaming Rudolph Speed for his decision for the two games that he had control over. I'm not gonna be sitting here blaming Rudolph Speed for the entirety of the campaign. There was other coach there,
But the
McLaren.
thing is, though, JT, you say that, but as much as obviously last night obviously was the biggest, it was a big chance. Realistically, we screwed ourselves up in the group stages, and Mr. Speed's a part of appointing McLaren,
Yeah, true,
you know,
true,
and
true.
that guy was a joker. He was a joker. He was here on a free holiday, so you know, realistically, Speed was part of that So, like, I mean,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
Speed's
bro.
role now? Is he gonna go back to that role now, where
I
he?
don't care what he goes back to. I just don't want Rudolph Speed to sit and explain anything to me about football. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
me, he doesn't have the credibility for me to explain anything to me about football. I tell him exactly what was gonna happen. I was like, bro, you're gonna run into a game where DR Congo nullify you down the wing, and you're gonna need a person to make that death pass. He said he's gonna bring in Tyrese Hall and all those guys. I said, Mr. Speed, you're really banking on going to Mexico with a kid in Tyrese Hall to save you? Ravel Marsa played in Mexico for 4 years. He has the
That's right.
experience. He's playing now.
And he's
You,
suited to the climate as
to,
well
to,
because
to the climate. And you're telling
yeah,
me about run up and down the field. Are you dumb? So, bro, I don't want to watch any Mr. Speed interview. I didn't watch any press conference. Mr. Speed cannot explain anything to me about football or what took in place there, because he's gonna come up with some things like it was the margin was very small. It was one mistake and no, but bro, we didn't know how we were gonna score anyways. I jump your plan
that's
for
right.
jump fence go a World Cup. We didn't
That's
know how we
right.
were gonna
I,
score, so
I think I don't even remember us having a shot on target.
I don't remember either.
Generally, I don't remember us having a shot on target yesterday.
No, there was nothing in the game for us, bro. It's just like we just set
It's
up,
almost like we set up to just not
lose, not
lose.
lose. That's what he did. He set him up to not, and I said that DJ that the way Mr. Speed was setting up was to not lose. His team, his squad selection was to not lose going to Mexico. So Mr. Speed cannot come back here. I don't want to see him on any interviews. I personally don't want to hear anything he has to talk about. It makes no sense to me. Like, it's already been done, and he shows me that he's willing, even if it's something personal with a player and the player is going to get him the result, he shows me that he will leave that player out. So he's definitely not the man for the job. He's definitely, and you got your chance, mate. You got your chance, Mr. Speed. You got
Yeah,
to pick the
yeah,
coach, and you got to coach as well. And I don't want to hear anything, bro. JT, everything time me think about the game yesterday, me sick. It's sick, me said bang. Yeah, bro, I don't want to hear anything from Mr. Speed about what, bro. Eddie Gona, there's not, Mr. Speed has nothing to tell us, bro. Go back to your job, and we want the president to remember you told us that Mr. Speed is the interim coach. So don't try to slip it in where we think that Mr. Speed is the actual coach right now. You said Mr. Speed is the interim coach. The
yeah,
campaign is over now, so we're looking for the actual coach. We want Miguel Coley to be the coach. Me and Mr. Speed can do whatever you guys want. Just move Mr. Speed away from the coaching. I don't want to see Mr. Speed as the Jamaican coach. Please, people, please hit the like button on the show. It's 100 of you watching, people, and we only have 39 likes on the video. Um, I'm not on screen tonight, folks. It's been a long couple of days, people. I've run some marathons. I've been up for hours. You see me? So I just said tonight I'm just gonna do it like radio style tonight, folks. We just talk over the over the screen, but tonight we're not
You are
going to
now
be on
tuned
screen
in
with my face
to
tonight.
your
We'll be
number
back up one
one
of these
radio
days.
station.
We just I'm chopping up with DJ. These are people that we talk about football behind the scenes, people. So I said, let me call him, because I had to call him anyways. We were gonna talk about this off here, people, and I'm like, why not have the discussion here tonight?
mm.
So people, please hit the like button on the show. Yes, DJ. Yeah. There's nothing you. What can Mr. Speed really
Do you know
tell you? It's just
what? One more thing I was gonna say is, where do we go from here now? Because you see, all right, I want to go back to last year, yeah, where we had the two games at the Unity Cup, yeah. To me, those two performances are probably the two best performances we've had back to back in the last 18 months. I mean, back to back, not just like the one-off games. Two games back to back where we set up well, we look hard to beat, and we had something going forward. Do you think the players seem to be more, how can I say it? They probably have a better preparation when they're on British soil or when they're in European soil going into a game than possibly when they're having to obviously fly out North America around the CONCACAF region. Do you think now it's possibly we may need to start booking a bit more friendlies in the European zone, so maybe the European base and the British based players can actually start to build more of a chemistry? Because remember when Brazil used to do this in the early 2000s, they used to have a lot of friendlies at the Emirates, a lot of friendlies in Germany, and that used to help out the players that were in the European just to just build up some chemistry. So when they go back to South America, the team kind of has an identity to work with. Do you think it's time now that we possibly try and start doing that now? Because it feels like when the players are getting brought in from the diasporas, the British soil and the European, and they land in Jamaica, it's like, what do we do now? Do you know what I mean? Where when we're selecting them, they should already kind of have an idea what's happening, but it just feels like nothing's been said until they reach there. Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what you saying? Like, where do we go now with this team?
Yeah, where do we go now with this? Because are we still going to be picking players from the diaspora? And if we are, it just needs to be a bit of a smoother transition because I look at players like Brooks, Clark. I think Hall's probably the only one that really showed me anything that's like, all right, cool. He can work with this squad. I look at Clark. Clark looked lost in the two games. I can't lie. He looked lost, man. And Brooks as well. I was so disappointed with Brooks. I had kind of high expectations of him, but he kind of looks lost, and I don't know where he goes now because he played one game, sit out the other game. Is he gonna look at that going forward and thinking, do you know what? You know what I mean? Next time they call me, is it gonna be worth my while? Do you get me? And it sounds bad because now it sounded like the British players don't care, but I know they care, but they just need to make sure is it worth
But
their time now?
it's just I'm thinking like what, like Clark can only come in and do what he's asked to do in two
That yeah,
must-win
no, that's
tough
fair, that's
games. You know
fair,
what I
that's
mean?
fair, that's
Like
fair.
I would understand if the player was here for us for a while and he came up in the big games and just didn't perform. Like we're asking two players to just, and I said that, bro. I said CONCACAF is gonna CONCACAF these players. They're not gonna be able to adapt as quickly and just make the transition that people want. Like it doesn't work like that in CONCACAF, bro.
Yeah, but do you know why I mentioned this? Is because we had a few players that were making their debuts, and it was in British soil, and there was like players like Burrell, Mason Holt. I think, yeah, I'm sure Mason Holgate. It might have been his second or third game, but those were his best performances. Was on British soil. Burrell as well. Burrell in that Trinidad game was brilliant. Ran the channel, hold up possession. Like he even got a goal on his debut, and ever since I think did he was I think he started one game in the Gold Cup after that, and I think one in the qualifiers, and that was it. And it just feels it's too mishmash, man. Like like he seemed like he was better prepared when he was in British soil, and then when he goes back to yard and he's trying to work it, with the JFF, it doesn't seem like he's got the same of what we saw in
Who you
the
talking
Unity
about?
Cup.
Roman Borrell?
Yeah, Burrell. Just like a
But
few of
remember,
the
Romain
players
Borrell.
around the Europe.
Remember Romain Borrell. He only played once when he came back from the Unity Cup.
That's it. But this is the thing is like the team just keeps chopping and changing. It keeps meshing with where this is where I'm like something needs to happen where like we're penciling more friendlies in the European base just so these players can just get used to each other. Do you know what I'm trying to say, JT? Because it just feels like they just seem like they don't know each other when they arrive. And I don't understand that. But the only time it seemed to work, I mean, remember that the midfield core in those two games was Palmer, Hayden, and Russell.
Hmm hmm
We didn't see that again. We didn't see the three of them again after the Unity Cup.
Yeah. I think the
You
team
get
was just built wrong.
yeah, that's another thing as well.
The,
That's another thing
the,
as well.
the team was just
It-
built wrong, and everybody knew the problem was there, but nobody, no, none of the coach, you know, and sadly to say this, if Rudolph Speed had the team longer, I think he would have gotten closer to having a better team.
Oh, I 100% believe that. I do believe that. As much as I don't really
He-
rate Speed as a coach,
yeah, yeah,
I do think he would have had us. There would have been a
but a better
bit more
team.
chemistry. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just a bit. There's a bit more chemistry building, and I think everybody kind of understands their role a bit better as well. Where under McLaren, it just felt like just whoever was available. All right, I'm going to throw you in, and it's unsettling, man. It's too unsettling, man. Every time, every window, it was a different team. It was a different lineup. The man, I don't think the man kept the same lineup for 2 games back to back, apart from the 2 Unity Cup games, more or less.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
I
bro.
don't know, man.
It's we if Speed had the team earlier, he would have been I think we'd had a better team because he would have selected, you know, some of these players earlier or whatever. But we don't know. He might have thought he did that. He could have still got the job done because he basically started a McLaren's team still,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, more or less.
He started every player that McLaren started. The only player McLaren didn't start in his team is Ronaldo Webster and Joel Latibodier. That's all Rudolph Speed changed in the last game. He went back and started the same team, right?
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
started Tyrese Campbell on the right, and Leon Bailey. He basically started McLaren's team. So all he did was in the first game, he just made it look like I'm going to try something different and I'm going to change these players. But Rudolph Speed basically started a McLaren's team. The entire team, barring Ronaldo Webster, was the same McLaren's team. So he didn't do anything. He was just a continuation of Steve McLaren. Um, that's
it's
why.
very poor from Speed side of things, man. He had 5 months to prepare for this, and it just didn't seem like he had an idea in the end, man. But maybe timing, with the players was a big factor. But I thought, you know what, you've got the extra 6 days and you're preparing in Mexico. I just thought maybe that would have given us the edge. But it just is. It's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad because DR Congo, I think we gave way too much respect to. Were just
Yeah,
there for the
yeah.
taking last night. They were there for the taking, and
If
Speed
DR
just
Congo did meet Jamaica when Hal Grimsey was coaching us and we went down to Mexico or the Nations League, we beat this team easy, easy. If this
yeah,
was the team that we went to Canada with to go to the Gold Cup finals, to the
but
Nations League semi
yeah,
final, we
yeah,
beat DR Congo easy.
yeah, yeah,
That was just a more solid fighting team, and but you know Hal Grimsey came with his problem as well, bro.
yeah. I think he became a bit too stubborn in the end. He became too stubborn, at least he had an identity to an extent.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
he he made us hard and compact and harder to break down. But going forward, we still was a bit toothless. We were still lacking that final cut. And do you know what? Every time I always think of the final cut, it's just Ravel Morrison.
It's just
I
Ravel.
can't lie,
I
bro.
can't
And I,
scare him,
I
Ravel
know I don't
Morrison.
want to put pressure on one player, but I just look at it and I think, what a chance was missed
Yeah.
without Ravel Morrison in this team. The difference he would have made yesterday, that game was made for him.
It was made for him, bro. And Ravel was still on Instagram
I know, showing love. I
supporting
know.
the
The
team, bro.
first person I saw in the comments was Ravel yesterday. I
Still
said, you
sup-
know what, Ravel,
Still
yeah,
supporting,
man.
bro. What Rudolph Speed has done by leaving out Ravel Morrison, there's no way people can see me on YouTube just like laughing up with Rudolph Speed like everything is good. Like, to
Yeah,
be honest, bro, if we have to communicate about something, we do that. But I have nothing to speak to Rudolph Speed about when it comes on to football. He's who he is, and his level will always be JPL. He showed me that. He showed me that he will never understand football at a higher level, no matter how much courses he does, because that's the difference. Top coaches knows it's not about your coaching license. It's about certain players who get you over the line in specific games. And I
Yeah.
said it. That's why I had the campaign going. I said no Ravel, no World Cup. And Ravel was the boogeyman for Jamaica. I said
So,
it's something. It's set up where if this guy is not in the team, Jamaica is not going to the World Cup. And it turned out exactly that. So I don't have time. I see people running around watching press conferences with Rudolph Speed and guys, what is Rudolph Speed gonna tell you? Like, what is Rudolph Speed gonna explain to you about football, about what went on? You saw what went on. Like, you know, we just need to not hear Mr. Speed as much as possible so we can move on very quickly. And we're just looking for an announcement now. We try to support him, right? He came in,
that's
and
right.
I tried to rally people behind him. We tried to support him. Fans put aside their differences, and we tried to support him. But we see that he hired a stubborn coach in Hal Grimson. He hired a politician in Steve McLaren. So he hired two of his alter egos. You know, two of his alter
Did he
egos.
did he hire Paul Hall as well?
No, they hired Paul Hall took over from Tapa. Remember, because
Yeah,
Tapa
from
went,
yeah,
so he
no, he
was
was
the
assistant.
assistant. So it was
Okay.
kind of like it just slide. It was just a thing that slide over. You know, it was a thing that just slid over.
It makes
So
me wonder, man, if we'd have kept Paul Hall, where would we be right now? You know, like I look at the way I know Trinidad haven't had best results of late, but Trinidad's style, if they can recruit well,
yeah,
Trinidad's going to be a problem for the
problem,
next
bruh.
qualifiers, man. I'm telling you, JJT,
Yeah,
Suriname,
Suriname.
Curacao,
Oh wow.
they keep recruiting, and no,
Look,
they
Haiti's
have
going to the
the
World
roster
Cup.
they have
Haiti's going to the World Cup, so they're coming back confident.
exactly.
Costa Rica is gonna be rebuilding because they didn't go,
Bro, you
bro.
see Costa Rica as well. They're one of the top guns in Concacaf. You think they're gonna stand for this next qualifiers? You think they're gonna stand for this, JT? They ain't standing for this, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be it's gonna be tough, man. But we have to start building from now.
yeah, yeah.
It's a shame, yeah, because the core base of players now they're all gonna be gone. So the likes of Bobby Reed, the likes of Pinnock, the Damian Lowe's, the Blakes. Literally, we're losing a lot of experienced players for the next tournament because some of these
And
they
DJ, we have to stick on this so Mr. Speed. People have to focus so Mr. Speed doesn't get this job. You know why? There's gonna be a lot of young players to be coached, and Mr. Speed would be eyeing this job because he like to coach young players, and we just don't want him to coach the team, bro. We just
yeah
don't want to
yeah.
deal with this headache with him going forward. We like he's a stubborn person. We don't want to do this for 4 years. You know what I mean? We don't want to do it for 4 years, man.
I can't believe we're back here talking about this, JT. Four years ago, bro. What we was explaining the same things, the same problems.
four
And we're
years
back
ago.
here, man. And the thing is, yeah, I think it's going to be harder to rebuild this team than it was from last time. Because from last time, a lot of the players were young going into their prime for this tournament. Now, the players now are almost at the end now. You get me? How old's Leon Bailey now? 29? So next World Cup, 33. Let's be honest. He ain't going to be the same potent.
Yeah,
That it's downhill from now for him. It's downhill.
yeah. We just yeah. People in the comment. We have to stay on message. We have one goal. As long as Mr. Speed is not the head coach, I'm okay with anything. I'm okay with Miss. I don't care if Mr. Speed is the president. We just don't want Mr. Speed to be the head coach. We just can't have him as the head coach, bro.
But do you trust the JFF to recruit right though, JT? That's the problem.
No man. You see, Miguel. For me, while I would give Miguel Coley a chance, he has put in the work, bro. He was the assistant coach of the Jamaica Reggae Boyz under Winfred Schaefer, who did
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Winfred Schaefer saw his potential and took him with him to the Middle East, and with other coaching jobs. So he would have seen everything that Winfred Schaefer does as a coach. And Winfred Schaefer, one of my favorite Jamaica team was to watch was Winfred Schaefer. That team, though we went to the Copa America, remember we lost every game by one
Yeah,
goal.
1-0. Yeah, yeah. Was it Paraguay, Uruguay, and
Yeah,
Argentina? I remember those games.
and
I
we
remember
didn't
those
have these
games.
quality players, bro.
And do you remember the Chile performance? The Chile
Oh
performance
my
is
God.
top-notch performance. That is one of the best performances, man. Was it Donaldson, um, Giles Barnes? Like on the break, that's exactly what I was asking for last night. On the break, turnovers that we can get up off the high up the pitch. We should be able to hit these man on the counter, and we just couldn't do it last night. But that Winifred Schaefer team that played Chile that night created so many opportunities on the break. It's just a shame the man never got the extra bit of time, man, because he could have built a force, man. He could have built a force in Concacaf. It's just this
So
this is the problem. We're just not recruited well, and we're not giving. I don't know, man. The coaches aren't really getting the right tools as well. As much as they do get majority of what they need, but you still need 100% backing. And the JFF, man, they got to really look at themselves now, man. Really, realistically, this for the last 2-3 campaigns it's been shocking, man. It's been shocking, and especially this one. We all said soup group, bro. We all
soup
said
group.
soup group, yeah, bro. And look where we are right now, man. It's a joke thing, man. It's a joke thing. It's a joke thing, man. But
Yeah,
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 I don't know if I got confidence in the JFF and in who they promote for this role. But if it is Miguel Coley, then I'm gonna give my support. But I don't know, man. Are they gonna? This is again. Are they gonna give him the tools in it? Like it's. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know,
yeah,
man.
yeah. It's we just need to get these guys as I said, bro. That is just one goal because I cannot live with Rudolph Speed as the head coach for another 4 years, bro. Because in September coming, it's just like another problem, another headache. Him and Butler as well with that war,
Oh
with
yeah, that needs.
with Whisper not in the
That needs to
team.
stop as well. That needs to stop, man. That needs to stop.
Yeah, yeah, we cannot we cannot continue, we cannot continue like that. We gave him his chance, bro. And DJ, I don't know what we do going forward from here, bro. It's a rebuilding process, but it's the hangover is still fresh.
So what is it next now? I'm guessing it's just Nations League now, isn't it? That's all we can
Yeah,
really.
this is nation. Yeah, but that's why I said Nani balling. What I said, let's put our differences aside, and Mr. Speed is gonna do the right thing. And I came out right when I told you. I said Mr. Speed is not planning to pick Ravel Morrison. I'm off the ship, bro. It's no Ravel, no World Cup. I told you guys. I said I will support Jamaica and I want them to win, but that's why I had the 5 videos in a row. I said no Ravel, no World Cup. And I told Mr. Speed them, I may not be a top coach, but JT tends to be right on YouTube a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if it doesn't make sense initially, I tend to end up right at some point. And they don't learn. You remember DJ when we just meet and Tupper was the coach? I said to them, I
Yeah.
said, guys, you got to cut
Suffer from
Tupper loose.
early.
We got to cut him loose earlier because it's
Yeah.
gonna go down to the wire and he can't take it. He didn't even get to the wire. He just start collapsing off the rip.
It's crazy. Do you know what? Yeah, when I watch Speed's in-game management, it's very identical to Tapa. Do you remember that game away to El Salvador when Mikel Antonio went on that solo run and he gave us a 1-0 lead and we just needed 5 minutes and the man just started throwing on. Bro, the substitutions just
You
never
remember it was
made sense.
mad.
It never made sense. The man just threw on all defenders and everything, and then we end up conceding in the last minute. And I look at Speed substitutions yesterday, and it's just like he just threw on players for the sake of throwing them on, but there was just no idea. The level of drop off with immediate effect once a few players went off the pitch yesterday was shocking, and he just couldn't solve the problem, man. He looked confused on the sideline. He looked so confused.
Look worried, innit?
Very worried. And like going forward again, you can't trust the guy to, in pressure situations like that. Is he gonna make the right decisions? Is he gonna show that he's ruthless? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so.
And that,
I don't
like,
think
bro,
so.
and you know what's the hardest part for Jamaican fans? If we actually wanted to get beat up really bad by Congo, because then we would have known that we couldn't have won the game. The problem is we realized that Congo wasn't that good.
It really wasn't that good. It really wasn't that. I think we just gave him far too much respect. That's what it
Yeah,
was. Far too much respect.
yeah. And DJ, I always talk about this thing on YouTube. I said Jamaica never enters a game make teams planning for us. We are always putting ourselves
Planning.
down and planning for
That's
them.
right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
You
I
know?
don't think teams really. They're just not worried about our attacking line like that. They're not worried, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was a time. But there was a time when Congo, I'd say halfway through the first half and the early part of the second half, they just fell. They were sitting on the edge of their box. I think there was a time when we had about 8 quarters in a row, and I said, "This is the moment here. We need to get a goal. If we get a goal here, we've got something to try and hold on to." But just nothing was happening, man. Nothing. Leon Bailey's corner after corner, it's just not meeting nobody. You get me?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a shame why Webster wasn't taking some set pieces, because his set pieces the other night wasn't too bad. But when Leon Bailey's on the pitch, man, it's just Leon. It's the Bailey show. You get me?
It's the
All
Leon
this,
Bailey
all
show.
this, yeah, all of this stuff needs to stop now as well going forward. Just and I'm worried, like, as well, with the Whisper situation, because there's a lot of pressure on Whisper, and people are thinking Whisper's something that he isn't right now. He's still developing. We need to take time with him, and I don't want it to be a problem where it's almost like a Leon Bailey 2.0. I can't. We just can't have that, man. Because ever since Leon Bailey's been attached to the Jamaica national team, it's been nothing but drama, bro.
Yeah, no.
From the situation with him and his brother, the situation of him potentially, wanting to play for England or Germany or Belgium. Like, it's just been drama non-stop, and I'm seeing the same signs with this Whisper thing. I don't know, Whisper, he's a talent, yeah. He can definitely go far in this game, but I just don't want the drama no more, man. We just need some harmony at least, bro, innit? And just brother, bro, it's always drama, blood. You get me? It's the same thing with Manchester United.
Eh,
If you look at Manchester United recent times with Michael Carrick since he's been here, it's just been drama free. That's why results have been starting to
starting to pull up, yo, like,
starting to pull up
yeah,
now, starting to build up, because
yeah.
there's just no drama with the squad.
Yeah, it was just
It
a
just needs
lot
to
of
stay.
drama people early on in that thing, man. And then your guy came in, Amory. He seemed like he was all about the smoke.
That's right.
He was all about the smoke, bro. He was all for the smoke. He came in and he just wanted the drama. So it was how much? Okay, we did 50 minutes already, people. We're doing like tonight. We're not doing a 10-hour show because people. I'm gonna do an hour and a half show tonight. We got another 30 minutes. It's just like you know, I don't have the passion to talk about this right now. You know what I mean? Like I have to cool off. Like it's because
Listen, see all you YouTubers, yeah, all you prime YouTubers that are doing Jamaica Reggae Boys content. I don't know where you lot go now, because it's been 4 or 5 years non-stop. Like, what is the goal at the end now? Do you
what's
get
the
me?
next
Like,
bread and butter?
do you know what I mean? You have
Yeah,
to do
man.
4 years again. Yeah, man.
Right? It's for but that's the good thing with what I do. I always got other things going on, brother. I'm
Yeah.
always working on my other passions because because I know Jamaica football comes with disappointments. So I've never just went all in with my entire, just my time. Even if you look, remember, I didn't when the year started. I didn't stream for the first 2 months of the year. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just started to come out close to win the games because I said I'm not running myself into the ground for this Jamaican team and these people
yeah.
in charge. You see me, I said they're gonna just be doing their thing. When Jamaica is playing, I pop up and I give the people some good content, but the rest of the time I'm gonna be doing something with my life. I'm not gonna be on here all the time just like arguing about these people because the next goal is Crispy. Let's bring in Crispy. I think the next target should be just not having Mr. Rudolph Speed as the coach. I don't think that's a good ploy going forward.
I
What's the next
agree.
big? Sorry, Joe. What's the next big tournament that
Just
potentially
Nations
got we
League.
can
There's
work?
Nations League, then Gold Cup.
And then what,
Na-
Copa America potentially?
yeah, Nation League September, Gold Cup and Nations League.
Okay,
And
and
Copa and
then
Copa
Is the
America.
Gold Cup this year?
Next year.
next
But
year.
and
Okay,
then
okay.
listen, Copa America, and then at the end of next year, World Cup qualification starts again.
Christ, already.
But
I think the football needs a fresh look at the starting at the administrative level, and the way all the JFF is set up, deliberately, it's very difficult to unseat anybody at the
let me
administrative
just add
level.
this. Stay on there. DJ, what's gonna happen to the U17 is in the World Cup, and the U20 is going to the final round to get to the World Cup. So I see if those two things happen, I think that will kind of help alleviate a little bit of the pain with the fans. Continue, Crispy.
Yeah, I think the team need a new look. I think the JFL should be staffed by people who are below the ages of 50, below the age of 50. Um, because there's clearly a generational divide
Yeah.
regarding how football should be played in Jamaica.
Yeah.
It's obvious. We have people in the JFF who don't believe in a midfield, who think that a midfield is not necessary. Who throw cold water on the issue when it is brought up. And sadly, Mr. Speed is one of those people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how do you solve the problem when the people who are charged with solving the problem don't believe it's a problem? Well, what are you going to do? You can't believe that Jamaica has a midfield problem and put that midfield out there yesterday. With the same people who played in the positions and did not succeed. And you had people on the bench who, in my opinion, I would start yesterday's game with the team that ended the game. You have
Okay.
nothing. You have nothing to lose. And this idea that Jamaican people have, this is not only JFF, it's the fans as well. How often can Jamaica win a game without the opponent scoring a goal?
God Almighty,
I don't know.
this looks serious.
I see it all the time, and we expect the defense. We expect the defense not to make any mistake during the course of a game. It's not going to work that way.
You are now tuned in. Your number one.
That's what
I mean,
Mr. Speed them,
and I
and
hear,
that's what he does at
and
Cavaliers. That's what he does at
you know,
Cavaliers.
yeah, JT, but it is not Mr. It's not Mr. Speed. It's our mindset as a people. Or we look at the football. Because I hear the debates all the time. I've been watching Jamaica football really religiously for over the last 3 years. Jamaica does not have a defense problem. Jamaica does not have a forward line problem. Jamaica does not have a winger problem. Jamaica has an exclusive midfield problem. And every position that does not perform can be traced back to the midfield.
And Crispy, Crispy, you see why I was so adamant that at least, brother, you're bringing 6 players who didn't even suit up last night, and you're telling me Ravel Morrissey couldn't help our team last night in that final third?
Yeah, and that's an issue too. And Ravel not being featured, even though I think he's overrated.
Yeah.
I think so. But even Ravel not being featured just goes to show that they don't think the position is critical.
They don't think the position is. And Crispy, what I kept saying, Crispy, 1 second. What I kept saying on the show, Crispy, is this. We're not saying Ravel is the greatest in the world at that position, but find us another player who can do what he does. And I think
yesterday in the starting lineup we should have managed some way to feature Hall and Hay sooner. We should have those two should have been featured sooner in that game. I don't think Jamaica was going to go was going to finish that game and Congo not scoring a goal.
Never. I didn't see
that. But it seemed to me that was a team plan.
Mm-hmm.
That was a plan to have a 0-0 draw and win on penalties. Not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I'm sorry, I think maybe one coach in the history of football I see do that a lot, and that was Jose Moreno. Where he had that counter attacking where but also at the club level you can buy players who you want to play a particular way.
Mm-hmm. Cannot do that at the international level.
You can't do that. So you're not going to get a team whose mindset is solely focused on defending. You're not going to be able to get a team of 10 outfield players who are just very good defenders. You're not going to get it. You know what I mean? So if the mindset does not change, and the frustrating thing is that whether we like it or not, football in Jamaica is really a vanity sport. Jamaica is not a football mad country. So public pressure is not going to cause any shaking up of the JFF.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. Except
but I think public pressure can affect the coaching selection, though.
Yeah. Except for us on YouTube and people who are really about football. Most Americans don't care about what goes on in the JFF. This is not Mexico. You know what I mean? We are. If the Mexico team is not performing its role at all levels, Jamaica is not that. So and moreover, Jamaican people don't have that demonstrating temperament. So we're not going to see. What I think can help is that some of these players are going to age out naturally. The Damian Lowe's, the Casey Palmers. I don't see a future for Richard King. Yesterday he was long ball FC all over again, and Mr. Speed did not stop him, which is telling me that that's what Mr. Speed wanted him to play. So many of our speculations have been confirmed.
Yeah,
the long ball over the top is the way Mr. Speed wanted him to play.
Yeah,
it is not a coaching. It is not a singular coaching coming in that style.
Yeah, it looks similar to what McLaren would have done, to be honest.
And remember, when McLaren came in JT, there was some optimism because the ball was being played on the floor. And eventually the long ball started up. And you have to wonder, what was McLaren spoken to? you have to wonder, because if you recall for the first couple of games, people were
Yeah,
excited.
because even Tyreek McGee was playing in a wing position for Jamaica.
So we have to ask: was he advised to kick the ball over the top? I don't know.
Let's bring in Issa Allen. Issa Allen, we don't. This, I say one thing I hope we all can agree on is Mr. Speed not being the coach going forward.
Yeah, JT. Just piggybacking off some of the stuff and Chris, you were speaking, especially the midfield. There was some semblance of hope at parts in the game because we see, that Casey Palmer was trying to get in between the lines, receive the ball, and turn. Sam do it a couple times, but in games like this, when you are trying to imprint yourself on the game, that has to be your modus operandi. JT, we played the ball long 81 times and we connected about 20, 23, 24 times.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow. That's low.
And that's low. And
That's like
actually
what? That's like 5%.
It was. I don't even know, but it was low. It's more than 5, man.
More
It's more than
25%.
5. 20 something, yeah. Because I look at it and it's 20. I actually have it here in my phone.
Yeah.
It's 20 something percent. But the thing is though, JT, you know why that's alarming? Is because we were allowed to play the ball. You understand? I have countless amount of clips in the game where I can show it. That's why I wouldn't mind some people do a tactical analysis showing the clips. Oh, we were so timid, bro. I saw Isaac Aiden get the ball countless amount of times. He controls the ball. There is so much space behind him. He doesn't even look and say, okay, I can turn and see what I can do. You know, he prefers to do control it and give it back to Pinnock and give it back to King. I saw Tyrese Hall came on the field and he did the same exact thing. Bro, he got the ball in acres of space. He did not even turn. JT, let me say, amount of green grass was behind him to turn. He did not even turn. He stopped the ball again and passed it back to the center back. I'm like, I couldn't understand what was going on. Yeah, and some of the times too, even in that second half, the midfielders are afraid, bro. Like Mr. Palmer get the ball and he's playing back a ball to Hall. And it's like all the nose is wide open, And Palmer is facing him, And it's like he doesn't want the ball. He was almost late to get the ball. I'm saying, like, you guys are midfielders. You should always want the ball. Yes, you have your positional awareness where you have to be on the field, but you should always want the ball. And I don't think they wanted the ball. Casey Palmer wanted the ball, but a lot of the times when the ball goes to that back four, it's going long up the field. It's going long up the field. And it's not because Congo was not giving us the opportunity to play through them. It's just a choice we had. And then, JT, I don't have a problem with long balls. But you see, when you're not giving your opponent a chance to win those balls, it makes no sense.
And Issa, but Bailey Kadamachi's first touch is poor, bro. It is heavy. It's poor.
It wasn't on it. It wasn't on it yesterday.
And I saw that the last game. His first touch, Issa, every time he controls the ball is a certain amount of meters away from him, and it's not like he's not like he's touching the ball into a space where he can get it back. It's all every ball he gets, he turns it into a 50-50. He's a good striker, but Jamaica has to look for a striker as well. He's not the answer if he doesn't fix his first touch. His first touch is very poor, bro. It's very poor.
And I would want to agree with Christy that a lot of the other places in the team, you have players who are average or a little bit above that, but the midfield is like bottom of the barrel stuff, bro. Like bottom of the barrel. And then you have a coaching staff. Sometimes we really wonder what they talk to the players about. Because it cannot be all the players coming out there in the midfield and doing the same thing, bro. Like, you're not attacking the space. You're not that's how you get defenses to collapse when you're playing midfield. When you take the ball from deep and drive, somebody has to come to you, and you open up other pockets. You understand what I'm saying? So I saw nobody doing that other than Casey Palmer.
JT, what happened to Burrell forward?
He was injured. He got injured.
He was injured. And as I mentioned, what happened to Anderson? Anderson didn't get a minute.
he
don't get a minute.
I think
he wasn't even in the squad. He was out of the squad.
Okay, so that means what I heard earlier on was true. Because somebody told me that he was injured, but he's still coming. So you realize he only played one game.
He was out of the squad.
Kira Anderson have a more defensive mindset. Jamaica needs a midfielder who's creative, who's gonna drive the ball down the middle and have the opposing team collapse and draw the double team and then pass the ball to the wing, pass the ball to the forward. That's what Jamaica needs.
You're totally right, Crispy.
Jamaica is not creating double team and in the middle. Jamaica, however, does create double teams on the wing. Because when Liam Bailey gets the ball on the wing, he draws a double team.
But Crispy, that's what you guys were arguing with me when I told you guys that since we haven't found anybody, you have to bring Ravel Morrison. We don't have other people who does that. I was warning you guys. And you guys are saying Ravel Morrison is overrated. And I was saying, like, guys, it's not about being overrated.
JT, I have said many times that I would pick Ravel because the options are limited, but in my opinion, he's overrated. Overrated does not mean you're not rated. Overrated means that you're rated above where you should be. So, however, based on the physical conditions out there yesterday, Ravel could have maybe given us a half. But I don't think Ravel can play 90 minutes full. I don't know.
But you realize that was our problem, What he changed the three midfielders, and that just messed up the whole team. The moment he took off all three of those guys, everything just crumbled. You understand?
I don't understand why Mr. Speed. JT, I don't know if you can get FS1 where you are, but did you see when you listen to FS1 352
FIFA Plus?
You see when you listen to FS1, they are surgically breaking down both teams, telling you what they need, telling you, and they talk about Jamaica's team. The commentator said one of the commentators said was wondering why Jamaica is not making any changes.
Yeah, I was saying that around the 60th minute, we waited till Congo made the first change, and they were already on the front foot. It was weird.
And then the thing, the Congo changes really helped them, because that guy who came on the left for Congo run Lati to Rex. Lati was tired, they could have seen it, but I was saying, please don't make him more Lati 2 more time. And it was over that side we conceded that corner that led to the goal. I could
but I don't want us to do that, because when we do this, nothing is wrong with so what if Congo as a dominant position on the field, what if Congo get an advantage on the pitch? We do this all the time after a game, So what? And do we expect to play a Congo and
What I'm saying, Crispy. Remember, we are analyzing the game, but I'm saying to you, while we were watching,
we do this all the time. We stray away.
We're not straying away. We know where to talk, but I'm just stating a fact that I saw in the game. That at that particular time, if I am on the sidelines and I'm seeing that my right back is getting cooked every time that player get the ball, what are you going to do as a coach, Crispy?
Okay, in that situation, you have to change him.
Yeah, because he was tired. That's all I'm saying. We could have seen every time I said, please, the God, just, and you know what they did? Because they couldn't take him off? They put Lati inside the midfield and put Free at right back.
But we could also say, one of your job as one of the wing backs is to prevent the corner by any means necessary to prevent the cross, right?
Right.
If the cross was prevented by giving the opposing team a corner, technically the wing back did his job.
No, I'm just analyzing the play from it being from that specific side, because how it led up to that, and it wasn't Lati who conceded the corner. It was straight because Lati and the guy was in a tussle for the ball, and because he was so tired, he lost it, and the guy played it inside and then played it down through to the box, and Ian Frey pick up that guy. But I'm saying it came from that same side where the legs were tired. You understand? Things like that you have to see it and address it. We could have tell you, Crispy. I could have tell you every time you go down that flank. Even the shot, even a shot that they got off. It was same down that side. The guy come in, boom, and square it. And it's so lucky that Latibody get a slight touch on the ball, and the ball just roll to Andre Blake. But I could see something coming from that side because he was tired. I'm not blaming the player because he played well.
Carla, I expect a Congo. I do not expect Jamaica to play a Congo and Congo doesn't score at least one goal. Anybody?
I'm going to be honest. That is before a ball is kicked, though, Crispy. While you were watching the game, though.
But even when I was watching the game, Congo had intent. They just weren't figuring out things. Because Congo was taking it. Okay, going back to the commentator now. Because if you go back, you can see that in the first half, Congo was taking a lot of outside shots,
Right.
And the commentator was saying Congo should stop bailing out Jamaica by taking those long shots. They should drive towards the defense and to force the Jamaican defenders to defend. So Congo came to win. I mean, they came to challenge the goalkeeper. They came to force Andre Blake to make a save. Jamaica didn't come to do it. Jamaica came to have a goalless draw and win on penalties.
When the game started, I wouldn't say that. But the more the game went on, you only saw one team scoring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but when you see I think Jamaica made his first change at the 80-minute mark, right? So when you see the game going for that long without any changes, what does that tell you? I'm sorry, and you're talking about Lati, losing his legs. Yeah, because I remember that they took maybe 3 water breaks, So the conditions were not optimal for the Latis of the world.
Right.
So then you have to ask yourself, why weren't changes made sooner? I think the changes were not made because Mr. Speed thought the team was defending well.
It's not only that, it's the structure. And we saw it in the first game, we saw it in this game. That after the subs came on, the structure just it fall apart for Speed. And I don't know.
Yeah, I agree that there's a structure. I agree with the structure, but Jamaica was structured to defend. You know what I mean? That's Jamaica did. I think barely took one shot that challenged the goalkeeper. So for example, remember, Jamaica played these 2 games and Jamaica did not score a goal in open play.
Right.
So it tells you that the team did not have attacking structure. And the team was compact and they were defending well. That's it.
But I mean, we were trying, bro. We were trying.
I don't think
for effort and trying.
I don't think you're trying when you didn't start Tyrese Hall. I don't see that because again I have a large sample size of KC Palmer. He is not the guy.
But if you're honest, he was the only one, kind of having some intent in the game.
Yeah,
Would you say that?
No, but Casey Palmer is not the guy. Any intent he had.
I agree with you.
He's not the guy. His intent.
If I agree with you, you would have to say that during the time he was on the park,
I had no time. Did I get any confidence that Casey Palmer was going to take on 3 or 4 defenders in the middle, draw a double team and spread the ball anywhere?
He did that. I can vividly remember playing when he get the ball behind the lines and make a very, very good pass.
Again, you see, he made a pass.
To see more of
he made making a pass is different from taking on a defender, drawing them to you, and then passing the ball off.
But our midfielders don't play like that, though. You leave that to some of the wingers. We want our midfielders to progress the ball from defensive third to the mid third to the attacking third. We don't get that more often than that, but I can say he was attempting to do that. A lot of times he got on the ball, he was looking forward, trying to make plays. And Casey Palmer hold on to the ball a lot, so I don't know how you say he's not trying to do that. Maybe he doesn't have the skill set, which maybe he can agree. But don't say he's not the guy because it was the effort wasn't there. He's trying to do it, but he probably does not have the skill set. He doesn't. He doesn't have the skill set to the number 14 for Congo. You used when the number 14 for Congo get the ball. What name? JT. I think he played for Sunderland. Sadiki. Bro, he might have so much body feint. When he get the ball on feint, so you even when they are pressing, you still not get the ball off.
Even the guy Elia, he was a major. He was a problem for Webster last night. Webster was poor. You know something that we talked about on the show? We've learned that Ronaldo Webster cannot make a 10-yard straight pass down the sideline. He tried that last night about 4 times, and about 3 of them went out. 3 of them went out of bound. We saw the levels last night.
JT, I said, when you give these players enough time, they will gravitate towards their mean. I keep on saying, every human being has a mean in anything a human being does. You have to just identify that mean. You know what I mean? Anything I do, I have a mean. I have a mean in math. I have a mean in English. I have a I have a mean in my job. I have anything you're doing. This is the reason why the best way to judge a player is to see how they perform at the club level. And because at the club level, they play enough games for you to see their mean. When you see those players playing in the JPL, their mean is the JPL. You know what I mean? We have to just think this logically through. I'm not going to let them. You know what I mean? Let them going forward. Jamaica has secured the wing positions.
Yeah, I don't think that will ever be a problem for Jamaica wingers.
Yes, Jamaica has Kadamateri.
I'm not sold on him as a striker though.
Oh, okay, fine. But let's look at what we have. We have Kadamateri, we have Borrell, right?
We have Travante Stewart.
We
have Warner Brown. Yeah, I think it's a good group of young strikers there.
Here is what I want to see before if you notice, I never talk about Jamaican forward line much. Yeah. Because it's unfair to them.
Yeah, because they don't get any service.
Exactly, and I am a sample size type of guy.
Yeah, they haven't had enough sample size for you to critique them properly.
So if I don't see these guys getting touching the ball on a regular basis when they're playing, who am I to form an opinion? You know what I mean? So I can't form an opinion on Boza. I can form an opinion and say, okay, Boza playing down in Mexico is on the bench. Maybe he's not optimal based on his club performance. But when it comes to play for Jamaica, he doesn't get enough service for me to say, okay, Boza does not play well for Jamaica. He doesn't get enough service. You know what I mean? Until we get that midfield player who's going to service the forward sufficiently, I'm going to hold off on criticizing them. You know what I mean? I'm going to hold off on criticizing them. You know what I mean? It's so frustrating to me because we're going to look at the players. I can guarantee you, if Jamaica has that good midfielder, I think the team will do very well. And many of the frustrations will go away. You know, the complaining about Damian Lowe when he played, the complaining about it will go away because the opposing team has some of the same problems. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Jamaica is suffering from a generational crisis in football and in other areas of Jamaica society. Because we structure our systems as black people many times on seniority and longevity and not on competence. And you get this problem where you have these very senior people and running organizations and they're not any good, but you cannot remove them.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, Crispy, this team has done a number on us. They've done a number on our health. They have done a number on our capacity to think straight. They have disrupted our cognitive functions for 4 years. I think it's now time to recalibrate and get those new get those neurons firing correctly again.
I think the team that was selected for these most recent 2 games, if this team had been assembled at the onset of the campaign, would have qualified.
Yeah. I said that on the show. If Mr.
We would have qualified.
If this team was together longer, and he probably got to play guys like Tyrese Hall and those guys more over a longer period of time, they would have eventually taken away the games from the Casey Palmers and those guys.
Yeah. We're going to see it comes back to the JFF and the quota and the quota system. We are failure where it took failure to hold on, give me 1 second. It took failure to abandon the quota system. You know what I mean? It took the team failing.
Tyrese, when he just came on, you know, he looked like he was playing to instruction. But when we went on the 1-0, that was the Tyrese Hall that we used. So he pick up the ball a lot and dribble.
Move it.
Pick up the ball a lot and dribble. Yeah. But he only started to do that when we were under 1-0.
JT Tyrese Palmer looked like he was born with the ball in his hand.
Tyrese Hall.
Yes, because he was making some. He is not afraid to play the ball close to the 18-yard box.
Yeah, in his own 18. You mean?
Yes, he's not afraid to control the ball and pass the ball. And the average Jamaican midfielder is afraid.
He's afraid. Isaac Hayden is afraid. Kira Andis is afraid as well.
Yeah. So when you look at Hall, you see him controls the ball and he passes it around in his little area there. I'm like, wow, this is different. You know, I need some more time to evaluate this player, but what I'm seeing proper ball control.
But what I saw from him last night too, he lacked the physical strength. He got pushed off the ball.
Yeah.
He got pushed off the ball about 2 or 3 times very easily. And Crispy is like, I hate my job on YouTube, people. I hate that I have to be right so many times at the detriment of Jamaican football. I hate that, Crispy, because when I turn out right, Jamaica football suffers. Like you don't see what happened. That's why I started the campaign. I said, no Ravel, no World Cup. I said, Mr. Speed, Take care of the people in Bikini in Tyrese Hall. You're bringing him down to Mexico against them big man there from Congo. God go with him. The game is gonna be too physical. He showed us that he's for the future, but he also showed us that if those Congolese had him for 90 minutes, he would have been cannon fodder. they would have bumped him around. They would have done that. It was that kind of game.
But sometimes physicality can make a player more physical. Because, for example, I saw the Congolese was trying to rough up what's his name, Latibodier.
No man, you can't rough. No, you can't rough. Latibodier is our most physical player. Latibodier and Damian Lowe is Jamaica's two most physical players.
Latibodier elbow, and he will go at you physically. Like you're not gonna. And the Congo player started to complain. So they see him and they think that they can bully him and it doesn't work.
And to the person who's saying that JT, you don't hear Cranky burning you out this morning, guys, we're not gonna war with Cranky. All he needs to do is just explain to you guys how he got 15,000 subscribers, how he got 10,000 subscribers without doing a video. So I think YouTube is sending people subscribers in their email. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I don't have anything personal against Cranky.
JT, can you buy subs?
Yes, so I think what he did is you can run a promotion on your video. So when you run a promotion, you can run a promotion or you just buy the subs from India, like the people them from India. But I think you can run a promotion where YouTube sends it out and get you some subs, but you don't really know where those subs come from, because a lot of people do that in music and other things.
Yeah, because I know that you can buy views. I didn't know that you can buy subs.
So YouTube saw that people were buying views from other places, so YouTube come up with their own promotion. Google, where you can just press next to a video and hit promote. The problem is why I know that's what he did. You see, when YouTube put a sticker on your channel, as a person who buy videos, buy views and subscribers, they start slowing down your channel to make sure you keep spending to get back the results.
Okay. So promoting a video, I don't think nothing is wrong with that. Buying subs is a problem.
No, but you get some subs to when you're promoting those videos, but you're paying. But the problem is, it's almost that YouTube flag your channel and slow you down. But if you look at the time when he jumped to 15,000, right? He's getting like 280 views on a video. It's because YouTube is saying, no, you need to pay up more. You need to pay.
Because I think the model is, if your channel, if your sub count is genuine, you should get the number of views on average for your video should be half your sub count.
Yeah.
so if you say you have 1,000 genuine subscribers, and each video you should get 500 views on average. You know, you can't have 1,000 subs and then on your videos you're getting 100 views. That's like only 10%.
That's why these people understand, and you can run it in a thing like TuneBuddy and all those extension on Google. Once you click on somebody's channel, it tells you which video they got the subs on or where, and he has no video that gave him those subscribers. So where did they come from?
What I'm saying, there's an extension, a Chrome extension?
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 different Chrome extension where when you click on a person's channel, it tells you when they got subscribers, how fast they're growing, how many views they're getting per hour. Just like every single thing about YouTube.
Yeah, but I know you have this site called, I think, Social Blade.
Yeah, Social Blade tell you how much you're making, all of that, how much a person is making. So we have all those things on our extension. So when we click on his channel, that's like, whoa. It's like, remember in a Cranky them start, number one, Cranky them cannot just pass out Gunners TV so much. Gunners TV is one of the most consistent short video releasers. Is Gunners TV and Military Gunner are the two most consistent in short videos. Short videos gets you the most subscribers. because it's scraping people out of the algorithm that usually are not on the live streams. So they're picking up a lot of people when nobody is live. So
Yeah.
he was on 5,000 with us, Crispy, like today, and you wake up tomorrow he has 15,000 without a video. It's impossible, and everybody knows. Like the other YouTubers know, but they didn't want to say anything. And I said, I can say it to Cranky. I don't have any personal feelings against him, but we just have to let him know that we know he's trying to skip the line. That's all.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
he bought the subs.
But you can't skip any line if you're buying subs because
No, because he's going off the aesthetic game. He's going for the aesthetic game.
so is there any evidence to show that the more subs you have, the more subs you get?
No, all right. See, no, as I said, one of my theory for Cranky's because I don't think he's patient. Because I've seen videos of him saying, "Listen, if them people not subscribe, me up on YouTube now, if you already reached 10,000 people." He was crying about that like months ago, saying he's not growing fast enough because he's not patient. I think because he thinks he have a cool background and stuff and good camera, people subscribe. No, YouTube people take a long time. You can look strong, but you're weak. It's like a person who is on steroids, but their core is weak. Like when live stream is happening, he has 15,000 subs. Last night I got 120,000 views on my live stream. I have 5,000 subscribers. If you have 15,000 subs, how did you only get about 40, 50,000 or 30,000 on your video, right? And I got 120,000 and I only have 5,000 subs. Right, it's only one YouTube channel gets most views than my channel. Ryan probably got about 150 and me get 120. And think about it, if you look at it by average, my YouTube channel is actually doing the best in the space. I don't think people would understand that based on numbers, because
because you have to look at the ratio of subscriber to engagement.
Chris,
You have to say,
people don't understand. They cannot compare me.
Because also, people don't, we are not numbers people,
They don't know.
You can have all right, look at this. So you say you have a channel with 100,000 subscribers, right?
Yeah.
And let's say the majority of those subscribers are like 16 years old, right? And then you have another channel that has maybe 10,000 subscribers, but the majority of those are like 50 years old. The one with the 50 years old is going to make more money because that demographic have more money to spend.
All right.
Has more money to spend. That demographic has more money to spend.
And bro, I did something when I did some research on YouTube when I started out, and I realized that one of the psychology they said on YouTube was to not to ask people to subscribe, and then people who actually subscribe are people, these are people who genuinely engage with your content. They are more likely to be there than a person who is prompt to subscribe. Right? Because look at the ratio, right? Let's say I think Ryan probably have about 60,000 subs. On the live stream, like the other night, Ryan probably have about 3,000 people watching him. I think he hit about 3,000 people, but I also hit 2,100 persons watching me on a watch along at one point. Crispy, if you're doing the ratio, 60,000 to 5,000, a person with 5,000 subs, I should technically be only having maybe 400 people on my live stream.
Yeah.
Right?
No. You definitely get significant engagement because when you have the panel, because Ryan does not do panel like you.
Yeah.
Like you do.
Yeah, but I don't listen. The numbers drop when I have a panel.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the numbers. That's the thing, Crispy. I will have 1,000 people on, and as soon as I put on the panel and I close the camera, it's down to 200 people watching or 150.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because maybe they come to see you and not the panel.
Yeah, the people. I just add the panel because I enjoy listening to you guys too. And for a lot of people, the panel they're arguing, they're talking over each other too. So a lot of people cannot handle that. A lot of people
Yeah,
write to me about the panel just talking over each other. It nice sometimes, but some days people don't have the patience for the noise, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like people just like grown people. But that's the thing, cause Crispy, I make sure I build the show around myself. I didn't build my show on interviews or everything that's on the show is I added to give other people a platform or something that I enjoy or want to try something new. You know?
Well, this morning Cranky did not say you were lying. He said he's going to. I don't remember the phrase he used, but he said he's going to he's going to go to war with you because you want war. But he did not say he did not say you were lying.
Yeah. He's gonna
Yeah.
go to war with me. Oh, yeah. JT has to say
I
about the
I am
argument.
I watch his channel and I used to be a frequent caller, but I stopped when I stopped calling him when I realized that he's a Marxist.
He's a Marxist. Oh God.
Yeah, and he's a Marxist, and he believes in racial grievance, and he believes in using racial grievance to get your way, and I find that very repugnant. You understand?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't call in as frequently as before, and
No,
he does not, and he does not hold the line with using data. He does not hold the line.
and let,
And the last running I have with him was over that issue.
yeah.
Because when he want to push a racial or a Marxist narrative, he does not use data, he uses opinion. But when he wants to go at, say, the JSF, he uses data.
Yeah, and let me tell you, Crispy. Let me just
And you must be consistent.
and let me tell you where I took a shift with Cranky because I like Cranky. Cranky is a brave individual, and sometimes I hear Cranky ask questions that I would have
I
asked, or
I think he's good for the football.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
he's
yeah.
good for the football.
Yeah. But I think just sometimes he comes from a condescending place to me, where it sounds like he knows more than actual people who are doing football. Sometimes
I
I
think
tend to
that
balance that as well.
I think that comes from the black bourgeoisie type of mindset. I In America here, I don't know
Bourgeois.
if you the bourgeoisie.
Yeah, he's
You
French.
have
He's
these
French.
yeah. You have these people who they go to certain black colleges are.
Yeah, man, it's bougie. It's just the term
Yeah,
bougie.
yeah, yeah,
Bougie.
yeah. But I want to explain the attitude that I have that people in America talk about.
I hope Cranky tune in. Cranky tune in. Cranky, we're not. This is not. And people, what when I say
And he can call, and he can call
no,
in.
no, no, Chris,
Call
Crispy,
in
one,
and
one
chop it
second.
up.
And what I say, I always say this, people. Anything I discuss with Cranky, them on, anything you hear me talk about any YouTuber, it's gonna be something
Yeah.
we talk about on YouTube.
Yes,
It's gonna
yes,
be
yes.
something in the YouTube. You're not gonna hear me say Cranky house blue or Cranky
Yes,
drive a red car. I don't care.
yes,
I don't care if Cranky drive a Benz outside of YouTube, or you know what I mean. That's not our business. Like Cranky's not saying
yes,
JT, you're walking barefoot in Denmark. That's not people. Like don't confuse this. What we our differences is probably on some YouTube argument like we're talking about now. And as I said, when I saw Cranky them, he formed an alliance with JD when he started his channel. And
Oh,
JD
he did? He did?
he did, because when the video came out of, I think somebody called on there and must be calling JD JT by accident, and JD was just flipping out, and I was like, look how many times people come on my show calling me JD, and JD was just saying, don't mix up me with them people. And JD, he goes off the rails.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if I was a coward, JD them would have crushed me on YouTube as well. You know what I mean? You
Oh,
African.
okay.
Oh no,
I
JD them a
I
real
used to go-
bone crusher upon
I,
YouTube,
u-
man.
I used to go on
Well,
JD.
Crispy, let me finish, man. Let me explain the party and
Yeah,
then me let you.
yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go
yeah.
ahead. Go
So
ahead.
people, them, because them people you know that them a come from far. So when me see him form alliance with that, and then me see Cranky just kind of take a left turn too, where he's just more focusing on arguing with Oral Tracy. You know what I mean? Like I felt like he got distracted. I was just like, Cranky thinks no. I saw him cloud chasing more to get to Oral Tracy. You know what I mean? Because I used to watch his show, and then he just took a huge shift where I think he come up with a strategy like, when if me can get Oral Tracy to answer me, um, who named JD? Yeah. Cause come time here, people call me JD on my show. I don't get offended, but some Mr. JD on your show got offended. And Mr. say they kind of start to form alliance. Cause he's coming out as a YouTube now, and Cranky them is people like this now. They will watch your YouTube channel, they will never comment in the comment section or something, because they don't want to actually see like they're watching your channel. It's that same bougie thing that you talk about. And even though I respect them, I don't care what they're making or what they're doing in their regular life. I don't see them better than me or like more intellectually ready than I am. I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like people out there, we can all read the same books. We all have, and I just, when it comes onto the internet, I don't think he cannot be as internet savvy as I am. I live there on the internet. I reside here. Yeah, on a daily. Crispy, a lot of times you're saying, JT, you should actually consult people how to get things done on the
Yeah,
internet.
yeah, yeah.
On the internet. And I don't, that's not my thing. But when he took a left turn and I saw that Cranky just gone off this rail with Oral Tracy, he left the focus of the football to where him and Oral Tracy, he's putting Oral Tracy in thumbnails now. And then he would like call Oral Tracy show in the day and then
Yeah.
try to war him in the night. So I was like, what's going on here? Like, is this good Cranky where we used to listen to? We always have something great to say or a good question. And I felt like he got distracted. I'm going to say, well, Cranky them form alliance with JD them. Him gone off the rails with Oral Tracy. Then we don't have time for Cranky them again. Them just get the belt buckle like anybody else. So that's when we, once they gone into the mud, we just say they're just regular YouTubers. No, you know what I mean? Like I will have you at
Yeah.
a certain place until you start picky. Because one thing Cranky them was able to do very well on YouTube was stay neutral. Because he been to a lot of channels where wars has been. Because when coaches text them start, there was a lot of war on YouTube, bro. Like nights, there used to be panel to hash out wars. I'm serious. There used to be panel like Eddie Gona them can tell you, like the grown men, like Manning's man them, like big panel, Cataract them, JD them, they all meet up at coaches decks to hash out a war. Cranky was never
Oh, so
involved in,
YouTuber X used to war with YouTuber Y.
bro, when it just started, and then you had a lot of guys who wanted to police the YouTube space. I was one of the first YouTuber to go rogue. So that's why they have this saying that like a lot of people watch my channel but don't subscribe, because I was the person who bucked the system. Just come on and just say anything. So then people start saying the brother named JT too controversial. Because one night Damian Lowe calling on Damian Lowe was on an interview on Coach's Deck show, and Travis Peso calling. So Travis Peso was on the show, and they were saying to Damian Lowe, Coach's Deck them, so Travis, now you go get the man name walking red card. That time Travis them hate me too, Travis them say, no man, I want boy named JT Taylor, man. I might get trouble on the internet. I him call you walking red card. and that Travis they tell Damian Lowe, them time they were hot. Eddie Good I can't tell it. Cause them time they, you see, because me now, like I didn't know I was being controversial. I just tell you like me that say, like some people that come on the show and say, well, Tapa is a good coach, He had the most win for Jamaica. And then I would answer while I'm on the panel and say, yeah man, Tapa is a good coach. He's good for nothing. Why are we not letting him go? So no, that to a lot of people, they must say, how the youth come thinking can talk to Tapa them like this? And him not play no ball. But it's just my style. Like, he's good, but he's good for nothing to me. Like, you know what I mean? They didn't used to that crispy of me just saying. Exactly.
Yeah. What you find in Jamaica is that many of these Jamaicans, we don't have a culture of divergent opinions. So we are very cliquish people, right?
Yeah.
So when somebody have a different of opinion, it's weird. Because from we were little kid children, and if we try to touch the TV, if we try to touch the stove,
you
we are
get a
slapped.
boot in your head.
Exactly. So we have been cultured
to stay in line.
To stay in line and to not have divergent opinion, and not to study different things.
Yeah,
So you might find that they all went to the same school. They might go to KC, or you might have the one who is the director of the company went to KC. Then he employed people from his classmates who went to KC, and no criticism, no divergent opinion. They are all in line.
Yeah. And then you have a bushman come from Homewood now.
Exactly. So and you know what I mean. So there's a difference of opinion, and they call themselves old boys when I think that's the appropriate
but
name.
I want to make something clear though on people on YouTube. I'm not going to war with Cranky. It's all YouTube people. I don't have anything. I like Cranky as a person. Like when it comes on to the way he asks questions, he articulates himself, and he's a smart person. Our political view, I think he's quite extreme with his political views. I watch his shows before when he comes on, but that's politics. That's just a small, minute percent of the person's opinion. I cannot hold that against him. I think he's a cool person, but he lost his way. He started to kind of form alliances, and he make Oral Tracy distract him, and I just felt like, hey, Cranky, JT, I'm still here. Vladimir Putin is still on the app. All right.
No. And this morning, I watched when he addressed you, and he did not address your point.
He didn't address my point.
He did not say no. I did not buy subs. Yes, I bought subs. He did not address your point.
And that's why I'm not gonna take it personal, Crispy, and go down to another thing, because I don't want people to think this is some mix up with me and Cranky. Because he did throw some shots at me the last time. He was like, yeah, we saw you crash out on YouTube, you're such a low life or whatever. He said those things on his video, and I didn't take it personal because I fired a shot at him first, even though my shots wasn't personal. I said, Cranky, you're being a bit much sometimes because what you remember the interview over something there, because somebody called me and tell me say, JT, Cranky go over King channel with Mr. Speed up on the channel, because Mr. Speed hide him out and don't want to take him interview. So they're saying that Cranky must see the day on the show, must go forget on the show. I try call the show when Mr. Speed up on the show, and after the show end, Mr. Speed, I'm hearing from a source, Mr. Speed call King and say, me tell you, so me don't want to on our show with them man. Oh, you fi add on Cranky on the show when me up on the show. That's what I've heard, and I said it. I said, Cranky, what make you allow Mr. Speed, brother? See me now even do interview with Mr. Speed, because I'm saying Cranky them don't need Mr. Speed them to do interviews. That was one of the first things I kind of said. Like, Cranky them show is not interview driven. Cranky them carry the discussion kind of like what we do. You know, he's able to carry a discussion. So if Mr. Speed don't want to do an interview with you, let Mr. Speed go on. Like, Mr. Speed, I don't think Mr. Speed interviews are gonna change the world. So I said that but Cranky didn't try to find out the person who told me that, because I wasn't even there. So somebody must have made up that story, don't you?
Yeah, if you I don't think it is wise to build any show around interviewing Jamaicans, because you're dealing with people who are very sensitive.
Yes, sir.
Who are not used to being criticized, so you're not going to get anywhere. You have to build the show around your opinion.
All right, Leroy Bailey. No, yeah. Leroy Bailey, Uptown 1G. What me telling you, say, Eddie Guna, if I build my show now of interviewing Mr. Speed, and if I was a full-on Mr. Speed bootlicker, no, can I come out and ask for Mr. Speed not to be the head coach, Crispy? Wanna see what happened now? You see where we are now? You see why JT make sure I can have communication with Mr. Speed them. But don't think I will ever put any one of them before the football.
Yeah, because when you look at Oral Tracy, he tiptoes around criticizing Mr. Speed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Oral Tracy is being similar to a backstreet hooker. He's criticizing in an indirect way, and I'm like, come on, man, come on. You lose credibility.
Yeah.
You have to have your show around your opinion.
Yes, sir.
When you're dealing with Jamaicans, because we are not a people who used to being criticized, who are used to engaging a wide cross section of different views. So we are very sensitive. You know what I mean? You know, I have been on your show, and your first political show, when certain panelists heard my views, they completely changed the attitudes towards me. Yeah. You know, and they have not recovered up to now. And I don't. I hear the opinion and I don't take it. I don't. You know. Okay, that's your opinion.
And Crispy, and I told you when Peter Bunting and them wanted to come on the politics show, what did I say to you?
Yeah, you say you're not ready yet.
I'm not ready for these people yet, because I said, Crispy, if I build my show and Peter Bunting and all these guys help my show to get big, I'm in their pockets, bro. I'm in their pockets, and Crispy, it's playing out right here, right now. It's playing out right here, right now. If I build my show and Peter Bunting them come on the politics show and just give me the energy and all those subscribers, I cannot talk about Peter Bunting them when them get trouble. And so that's why I was even telling Cranky them, say, the slow burn, you don't have to skip the line, brother. The slow burn is actually better because you own your platform. You own everything you build. It might take time, but we don't have to try to skip the line. It might take time, but you don't have to skip the line.
But interestingly, if Cranky wants to skip the line, there's a good way to do it. Be a regular panelist on your show. No, you're laughing, but it's the truth. Be a regular panelist. Be a panelist on Ryan's show. Be a panelist on your show. Be a panelist on other shows. You know what I mean? You know, and because take ball pre for example. I learned of ball pre because of Ryan. Because when Mr. Speed was being interviewed by ball pre, I was watching Ryan, and Ryan said, the link is in the chat. Anybody want to go and watch the interview over at Ball Pre show, you can go and watch it. And that's how I learned about the show, or about Ball Pre. So you can build that way. And because I have seen Ryan in your chat before, you know. So Ryan is not afraid to come in your chat and let it know that he's watching.
YouTube that. Yeah, well, and I call in on Ryan show before at times, like when I have time, like. So
Yeah.
if
So
it depends on if the topic is hot as well. Like if it's something that
yeah,
I
yeah,
hear, like maybe some callers are coming in with some misinformation or something, I might call because I still know like there's Ryan have some commenters over there really hate me from long time because of how me started off, because of the same brashness, and to me
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Mr. Butler as well. They know that over my channel, Mr. Butler live under the whip over here. Him back is like our favorite, piece of real estate to hand down the lash. So lot of people can have a lot of Butler fans there too. You see me? You see me? You see me? We have a lot of Butler fans there too as well. YouTube that yeah. So, but we understand the landscape now. The YouTube is gonna move into a new phase now. What are people going to do for the next 4 years? We have the U20. People are going to point their direction to the U20. No, I think that will keep the ball rolling and keep the football rolling. World Cup is coming up. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fit myself into the content space. Try to learn the African market as well, because I do have some potential there. I see that me and the Congo fans did get along very well, but they're warring right now on some of my other videos that I just dropped today. One of them just write, "You're such a bad loser, you're bitter." Because I dropped a video said, "Should I apologize to the DR Congo fans?" I don't know, bro. I just can't watch the reggae girls, man. I'm sorry, Eddie. Like, when they're winning, I will watch them, but I never really do reggae girls content because I can't pretend that I'm a massive fan. It's just like, as a person who played football, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not yet sold on women football. Like, where me feel it, like me love to watch it. It sometimes it borderline annoys me to how easily they turn over the ball and stuff. Like, but I love the women that plays it. Them look good, and some of them can play ball. It's just, I can't take women football serious yet. I'm not gonna lie to you. Women football, it literally drives me nuts, bro. It's just like, we need to see some man run through some wall, brother. Some man buck them in one of the, like, football is a gladiator sport. Like, I'm not there yet. I cannot watch female football. I can't remember myself watch a full 90 minutes of a female football game. It's the best ball game, Joe. Like, I just can't watch it, bro. It's just, I can't. It's just, the girls, them turn over the ball a lot. They foul each other a lot. They're weaker, they're slower. And some of them are complaining for the same amount of money as men in men's sport. It's just like, half of them, they with them one up on the same team. Like, I just can't keep up with it, bro. Like, it's just not my thing, dog. Like, you see me? Me depend like a man football with the my coach say, "Hey boy, bench, you now play again for the rest of your life." I have to go train in a dungeon and make back. I feel like women football is just fun, bro. I just don't have the energy to watch it, guys. I'm sorry. I wish the Jamaican female football team all the best. But you see, for out of all the years, I always tell people, go and watch Talawa TV. She is I think the kingpin or the bottleneck in the space when it comes on to the female Jamaica football team. Go check out Talawa TV. Not ready yet. A waste of time. Yeah, Tails, it wastes me time now. Me not go diss them, bro, but I'm not dissing them, bro. I'm not dissing them, but it wastes. I just feel like it wastes my time, bro. Like as a man, sitting down watching women playing football, it's just like that's just having a lot of time on my hand. Like no disrespect, even my daughter wants to play football a lot, and I'm like, Maya, I don't really know if I want to get you into that stuff because I don't really have time to come sit down and watch you play. That's something I know. I'm gonna let her play, bro, at some point, but I hope to God she doesn't like football, women football. Even though women football games in Sweden is as big as male, I think Sweden and these countries and Norway and them, they probably have the biggest female football games. Yeah, that's where the most fans come out to women's football games because these are women countries. But I hope to God my daughter don't like that sport, bro. Because it's just boring, man. It's just boring. I would love to love it. I tried, guys. I tried. When Jamaica was in the World Cup, though, I sat and I watched the games. And our girls, they try and they turn over the ball a lot, like the male team, but a lot more. And it's just because you can live with when a guy do foolishness on the football field, but you just watch someone do foolishness on the football team, it gets even more aggravating. Because you see, like as a male, you have another maybe bigger, stronger male coming at you for the football. But you will see, like the women football, they will just get a ball and you just see a girl just have two left foot and just like kick the ball out of bound, or she can't control it, or she's just slow, or it's just but it's just hard, bro. It's tough to watch, bro. It's tough, man. It's tough. What says you, Crispy, about the female sport, football? Can you watch it?
I can watch it. However, I am not his biggest fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when the girls are playing well, I tune in, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I have cut back on my sports intake. I don't watch basketball as frequently as I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to focus more on soccer, especially the Reggae Boyz, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and soccer is gonna become the next biggest sport in the United States because I think all the other sports in the United States has maxed out their potential, and soccer. If you look at this too, research show that every country where the World Cup is being held, there has been a massive spike of the love for the game after the World Cup.
Yeah.
So
I think it was first held in the United States in 1994.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I think Italy and Brazil was in that final. They won. Brazil won on penalty, right?
No, I think Italy won.
No, man. Italy lost, man.
Oh, okay. It was Brazil.
I think a brother named Junior. I think this brother named. You have a brother named Roberto Baggio, and
yes,
something Baggio. They missed their penalty. I think the Baggio brother, the famous Baggio brother, missed his penalty. People in the comment section.
Yeah. Brazil won. I look into it. Brazil won.
I think Brazil won. I think Brazil probably won. Because I just saw highlights of those things growing up. Because every World Cup, right? They used to have a show before the World Cup where they replay like the finals from the last World Cup, And then they used to also have a thing called like the Is Italy won? Italy didn't win that. Kerry and Spence, make a get over someone. I don't think Italy won that World Cup, bro. It's Brazil, man. It's not that one. And I don't know if Kerry and Spence did. Kerry and Spence, is that a male name or a female name, or is a male using his wife account? We don't know. Identify yourself, Kerry and Spence. That's why we have to go switch your name. We have to go switch up your name for a little bit. Here's also Roberto Baggio misses penalty. That's the Romario's World Cup. Yes, Baggio lost it. Yeah, man. Me tell you, man, one of the Baggios them missed the penalty, man. one of the Badgers them missed the penalty because I was watching the 98, the game for Jamaica 98 as a little boy. They run back the game, and they did also have this little tournament, right? They used to have a little Nations League tournament right before each World Cup too. Because when TVJ at them time, I don't remember if it's TVJ. When TVJ them never have nothing for run, they will, because they bought the rights. They will run back like an old game, and that's I always try to watch the old game, the old previous World Cup finals. Till, bro, I had every football World Cup finals on cassette. I had growing up in my house, we had all the World Cup finals from about 1990 on a cassette. On cassette. And we used to just watch them back. After 94, it led to MLS, to the MLS creation. Okay. It led to the MLS. Okay, you hear that, Crispy? After the 94, the MLS was created after that.
Yes, that was the agreement that FIFA was gonna give the US the World Cup, and they must have a professional league. That was the agreement.
Okay. So you see, and I think now what's gonna happen? You see, if a Snoop Dogg is part owner of Swansea. Artists like Thames, she own now a USL club. Listen, football, you're gonna see people like Jay-Z, them and those guys try to own big. But the MLS for me will never be successful unless it moves away from the franchise system. That's the problem with America. Why football will never reach the level of Europe if it continues as a franchise. Bro, franchise, it doesn't give you the will to win as much as relegation and surviving relegation. Like MLS, okay, your franchise, you lose all your games this season, but you come back next season. Great. No, you need to let the team who's fighting from somewhere down there in South Dakota, who beat everybody and got all the way up to the MLS, they're the big story next year. Let them get a chance to get into the MLS. I think that's the only way the MLS is going to become a hunger sport for fans. If it continues to be franchise where you win, it's like the NFL, the NBA, every year the same teams, you win, you lose, great. It works for the NFL and it works for the NBA, because I couldn't see those things not working without franchises. I couldn't see that. But football, based on the model in Europe, every top league in Europe has relegation. So if the United States want to do it differently, it's just not going to hit as hard as the leagues in Europe. Every league in Europe uses relegation, where clubs get relegated and clubs get promoted. So they can decide. I know the USL is coming in with a new franchise, with a new relegation structure, but I think the USL needs to merge with the MLS. Something needs to happen there, some kind of merger. The MLS and the USL needs to have some kind of partnership, like the EFL and the English Premier League. The EPL and the EFL. The EFL is responsible for the Championship, League 1 and League 2. Maybe now the USL should be responsible for all the lower league, the Championship, League 1, League 2, non-league. And then there's a promotion where teams drop down to the Championship from the MLS and 2 teams get promoted. Just like
So are you saying the MLS gonna have that demotion type of thing?
No, they don't. The MLS don't want to do that. But the USL, the USL is bringing that in. But the USL is a different league, right, in America?
Yes, American sporting system, you don't have that promotion, demotion in it. It's closed.
But it takes the hunger out of sport, bro.
Yeah, and also it what it does and what I find in America, the coupling of school and sports hurt sports in America because to take the NFL for example, to be in the NFL you have to play 3 years in college, and that is 3 years of an athlete's athletic ability that is not being used to generate revenue, right?
Well, it's used to generate revenue, just not for the athlete.
Exactly. So in my opinion, education and sports should not have any connection. If you're an athlete, you're an athlete. If you're a student, you're a student. I'm not a fan of the student athlete type thing.
Yeah. Cygnus Media, hear this comment from Cygnus Media. He says US fans are not ready to watch their team in a lower division yet. Europeans are more passionate about home teams. Well, you have to start somewhere. And if your team wants to stay up, then they have to be good enough then.
I think I think it will help the sport in America, for example, because America has a lot of mid-sized cities that does not have any high-ranking professional teams.
Yes, sir.
You know, we look at the NBA. You only have the Boston, the New York. You know, if the Celtics was to play in a lower division, if they don't succeed, and they have to play some teams in the middle of Massachusetts, the middle of America, the sport will grow. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because even basketball is stuck. I haven't watched basketball in over 10 years. It's stuck. It doesn't appeal to me anymore. It's stuck. I used to watch the NFL. I used to watch the draft. I used to watch college football. The whole Ohio States, Maurice Claret, one of the great running backs out of Ohio State, Reggie Bush, Vince Young out of Texas winning that Heisman. Reggie Bush won the Heisman, but Vince Young won that national championship game, the Longhorns, where he made that famous quarterback sweep fake to run it in the end zone and win that game. Reggie Bush, the USC, Matt Leinart, that tandem right there. Matt Leinart got drafted. I knew every single college football player you could talk about, whoever got drafted. One of the biggest busts in NFL history is a guy by the name of, the biggest bust in quarterback history in the NFL is a guy named Matt Leaf. He was the number one draft pick who was drafted the same year as Peyton Manning. He was drafted number one. No, Ryan Leaf. His name was Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf is considered the greatest NFL bust quarterback. Because when we were in Jamaica, they used to send the NFL on, I think it either TVJ or CVM. They used to send one game every Sunday evening. They used to send the Miami Dolphins game when we were younger. Ricky Williams was one of the running backs. We remember Ricky Williams. That's how I started watching the NFL. But I didn't understand it till some of my uncle and my cousin them start explaining it to me and say, oh, that at the 10-yard line. And then I said, that's sport kind of. Me just like how they knock out people too. Like when you see a man get us poof and just slam up a person face down in the ground. You see me used to love that. But Ryan Leaf was one of the greatest busts in NFL history. He was the number one draft pick to the Denver Broncos. And he was considered greater than Peyton Manning, to be greater than Peyton Manning. He didn't last a season. But there's some good quarterbacks who came through the NFL. Jamarca Russell. He was a big bust as well. The LSU black quarterback. Because black quarterbacks are still a problem in the NFL. They don't consider to be in the pocket passers. Not Vince Young. Michael Vick. Michael Vick was the only. I think Michael Vick and Donovan has been the two most successful black quarterback until the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback here. I think he won the Super Bowl, I think, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then we have our boy there down in Kansas City. I don't know if he's black though, but he's a different Mahomes. He's a different kind of quarterback. Godly, that guy is something else. But Tom Brady, listen, I remember when Tom Brady was impossible to beat.
Yeah. That was the early 2000s.
Tom Brady was impossible to beat throughout the entire 2000 from like 2005 up, right?
I think it's earlier than that because he won 3 Super Bowls in a row.
Yeah, so he has to start. When did he
In
retire?
the-
That's
I think he retired
2005. Is
maybe
is
2
20
years.
years ago that bro. It was
Yeah.
21
I
years
think he
ago.
won his first. I think he played 20 something years.
When did Tom Brady enter the league? Win his first Super Bowl? Because I think it's around 2005.
I think 2001. No, I think 2001.
When did Tom Brady won? Alright. Won his first Super. Yeah, yo, he won a lot of Super Bowls. But he won his first Super Bowl. I told you, consecutive titles in 2003, 2004.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, cause it's around the 2005ish year, so I got really into it as well because, listen, Tom Brady, people really like Tom Brady, but people also wanted Peyton Manning to win a lot too. But Peyton Manning was this America's quarterback too, who just never. He did end up winning a Super Bowl, right? Peyton Manning, I think.
Yeah. I think you have two brothers, and they both won.
Yeah, one of them won with the Giants, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Eli
And one with
Eli
the
Manning.
yeah. And one with the Colts, I think.
Yeah, Peyton Manning, that's the older brother. And I think he has a son now too. I think that's a quarterback.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But the year when Peyton Manning thought he was going to win it was when Mike Tomlinson, the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, the first black head coach, I think, to win the Super Bowl, right? He's the first black head coach to win a Super Bowl. Mike Tomlinson. I think that guy with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He just taken over from the guy with the big jawbone who used to coach the Steelers. I don't remember his name. He just took over from that guy. But yeah, that was years ago. I don't keep. That's what I tell you that I don't watch that sport anymore. I just don't have time for Jamaica as well has really put me back on the track where it's just my entire life gotten taken over by football. Cause I was watching Jamaica when they were playing, and then I would watch the English Premier League. But when I start doing Jamaica content, I basically end up watching every league. Almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you start talking about Jamaica, you have to start watch game now because I had to just my football knowledge have to be sharp when I come on stream. You know what I mean? Like I'm watching a lot of football game and just knowing what I think it's gonna happen and just guessing and I used to bet a lot on football as well. I had a good run winning a lot of bets in football and losing a lot of bets in football too. So I'm also good at that as well. At one point, not so much. I don't do that anymore. I don't have time for that nonsense because you need to do research with that as well too to win. You have to do research to win as well. You can't just. So people, Crispy, I don't know when we're gonna be back. And we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna do this. We're gonna have to figure out about the under 20, and we're gonna see some of the same problems with the under 20. If they don't go and find 5 or 6 players, 6 good players to help the under 20 team, they're not going to the World Cup either. They're not gonna pass America and Canada in this final round. They need more players too. They don't have a midfielder. So people, we're gonna do some. I will probably drop some short videos and keep you guys updated. But people, we're gonna have to figure this out. Hopefully, we can hear some news that Mr. Speed is no longer the coach and Miguel Coley is appointed, and that will be something new where we can go forward with. I only watch playoff championship games now. Yeah, bro, I can't watch those things again. Uptown 1G. It's just too much football to watch. I would rather watch a championship game in England right now than sit and watch the NBA or the NFL, dude. I don't have time for that garbage anymore. Because it's not like anybody's getting relegated. It's the same thing over and over, over and over and over and over. Like championship England, there's always a good story. You know, so a Wrexham might beat you in the Carabao Cup final, might beat Man City. That's just England. I just love that about football. I hope we never lose that in football, bro. You can have a club down in Crawley Town upset a Manchester United. Remember, say some club beat Manchester United last year. Some crappy Notts County or some crappy club beat Manchester United. So people, we're gonna figure it out. I will keep you guys posted. It doesn't make sense I have on the big panel tonight because these guys are gonna war until the morning. I think I wanted to just do a easygoing show, so that's why I brought on DJ then Crispy. And Crispy, we're gonna load up the politics. We should be touching people. We need you guys to subscribe to the politics channel, man. Let me drop the link for the politics channel. We need you guys over there. Not true, Crispy?
Yes, I also tell them the name of it.
Yeah, it's called World in Seconds. Crispy, you need to plug this one, man, cause you're the superstar over there. You know, you have to let the people them know it. People to subscribe, cause in the future you probably have to be running this channel. Who knows? We might, you're probably gonna have to have shares in this channel or something, or you work it out where it's a full time where it's your thing, cause that's how I operate. I may talk to you about things like that, Crispy. I'm not,
Yes.
I like to put people on the runway and let them, hopefully they can take off at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People, here is the channel, Grimsby Town. People, here is the channel. Here's the other channel, people. Subscribe to the other channel, folks. That's the other channel that we talk politics on. Some of the same people from the panel, they're over there. So if you love the politics war, to talk about Jamaica, Donald Trump, we're going to be kicking off this weekend, people. We're going to be live this weekend because the football is breaking. So for all the war boats and the warmongers and the people who want to see Jamaica improve and the people who don't want to just hear politically correct talk, please join us over the World in Seconds. I just dropped the link in the comment section, people. You see me, Cygnus One Media. People, I would love, let me see what people is on the show. Please subscribe to the channel over there. We have about 3,000 subscribers over there already. We have 3,700 subscribers, but those subscribers are scattered all over the Caribbean. So it's not, the channel is not really hitting the way it needs to hit. We need 50 solid people who believe in the content over there. We haven't have that yet. And that's why I tell you, people, every form of YouTube takes patience. Every form. I can go buy 50,000 subscribers over there, but it's not going to help the channel. You know what I mean? It's not going to help the channel. You need actual people who are engaged. People who are taking part in the discussion, who are driving discussion, who are debating stuff. That's how YouTube works. No matter what we want to add on. So that's why I'm saying, people, at least let's see if we can get at least 10 subscribers tonight, man. Alright, if we can get 10 of you guys to join us over there. Alright, people, so until next time. Alright, people.
Alright, take care.
Yeah, man, I'll give you a link later, Crispy or something. Yeah,
All
people, but any one person hit the subscribe button on that, people. Until